Hi, it's Elise here at Bowman Library with a whole new middle grade book spotlight. So for this week, we are taking some inspiration from the season we find ourselves in, and we are exploring some spooky, scary reads. Now, here's something that I think is important to express here, okay? When you think of spooky, scary, if you're like me, your brain automatically goes to like blood, guts, in your face, I kind of like, oh, I'm so scared to find out what's going to happen next. That is not what spooky, scary has to be. In fact, we have 6 amazing titles we're going to take a look at that don't have blood, guts in your face type deal, but they will have you still on the edge of your seat with their special different types of spooky, scary they bring to the table, okay? So preface it with that, okay? Because we have some amazing ones. I cannot wait to get started. Show you some spooky, scary, so let's get going. Our first one is Gloom Town. Okay, so 12-year-old Rory takes a job working at a spooky mansion, and he gets a creepy feeling about the owner, Lord Foxglove, and his butler. But his family needs the money, okay, so he has to keep working no matter the creeps he gets, okay? He soon realizes that Lord Foxglove isn't even human, okay? And the whole town is in danger from Lord Foxglove. With the help of his best friend, Izzy, they start to unravel the truth behind Lord Foxglove's sinister plot and what they can do to help save the town and townspeople from meeting a timely end. Now, if you're looking for a creepy, spooky read, this book may be just what you need. One thing I love about it is a standalone, okay, so there's a beginning, middle, end, so you will know what happens with Rory, Izzy, their town, Lord Foxglove by the end of this creepy read. This is Gloom Town. Oh, night books. This one, if you like a good dark fantasy, horror mixed in, oh yeah. Okay, so Alex loves horror, especially horror books and stories. But as much as he loves horror stories, he's also tired of not fitting in with his peers, okay? His peers, he doesn't have any friends. They all think he's kind of weird, okay? So he decides it's time to finally start making some friends. The only way he knows to do that is to kind of remove all the horror from his life. That also means that he's going to have to burn his journals filled with short stories of horror that he has written. So he's in his apartment building. He decides he's going to bring all these journals down to the furnace and he's going to burn them. But on his way down to the furnace, he is drawn to some other random apartment. For some reason, he has no idea. He doesn't know how to explain it. Okay, when he gets to this apartment, the door opens, he walks in, door slams shut behind him, and before he knows it, he is trapped inside this apartment by a witch with some incredibly strong magical powers, and there are other occupants in there as well, okay? It is there that the witch demands, in order for Alex to still remain safe, that he has to tell the witch a story every evening. This goes on for a while, but Alex starts to soon realize that he is running out of stories. So, with the help of his fellow captive, Yasmin, they decide that they need to figure out how they're going to escape, how they are going to get out of this apartment. But they have also been told that it is impossible for them to do so, okay? This dark horror fantasy is filled with some twists, there's some turns, and if you think you know what's going to happen, I can promise you, you better think again, because what's going to happen in here, you cannot predict. This is Night Books. Small Spaces. Oh, love this one. And I will tell you, this is the first in a series, but it is important that you read them in order, so you have been forewarned. Now, Ollie has had a bit of a rough time lately. Her mother has passed away, and she and her father have been coping the best they can, and Ollie finds her solace, her way to cope, in reading. One day when she is walking home, she comes across this old woman who's at a river trying to throw a book in it, okay? Now, not wanting the book to get ruined though, Ollie steals it from her and takes off, starts running as fast as she can. Wanting to know what the big deal is with this book though, why would a woman be trying to ruin it in a stream? She reads the story. And the story is about a family living on a farm who finds themselves in trouble, and they make a promise with the smiling man. Okay, which just make things creepy worse. Even with the name Smiling Man, I can tell you, yeah, that would happen. Now, the next day, Ollie's class is on a field trip to a farm. And when the bus stalls in a huge patch of fog, Ollie knows that it is not going to end well. And soon enough, she and her new friends find themselves dealing with, you guessed it, the Smiling Man. Okay, this creepy story will have you on the edge of your seat. It will have you trying to turn the page as fast as you can. Books 2, 3, and 4 are also out, as well as book 1. So you might want to check out book 2, because as soon as you're done with this one, you're going to want a new creepy read in this series to keep on going, okay? Small spaces. The Night Gardener. Oh, love this one, especially if you like one that's more of a non-traditional scary. Oh yeah, okay. So Molly and Kip arrive in England from Ireland in the 1800s during the Great Potato Famine, okay? So basically, their family is starving. They have been sent to England to find jobs so that way they can send money back, as well as so they can have food. Now, they go to the Windsor house, okay, and they actually do get jobs there. They hire both of them, but they soon realize something is not right in the house. Outside, there is this huge leafless tree, okay, and everyone in the family and in the house talk about it in whispers, okay, so it's like this big giant secret. And the family members each seem to be struggling with their own internal problems, okay? Something just seems really off. One night, Kip sees a man coming into the house, okay? He wakes up Molly. Molly decides they're gonna follow and see where this man goes, okay? So they follow this man, and they see him going into the bedrooms of the individual family members. And while he's in there, he's collecting sweat and tears from each of them, okay, when they are sleeping. And he uses this sweat and tears that he collects to then water the huge tree outside. Now, Molly and Kip decide they need to really figure out what is actually going on here, and they are going to need to defeat this mysterious man in order to break whatever hold he has over the members of this family. This creepy book will leave you on the edge of your seat as you read through this, like, part horror, part dark fantasy tale. So good. The Night Gardener. Spirit Hunters. Oh, if you like a good creep, like more traditional horror, oh yeah, okay. So when Harper and her family move into their new house, she becomes convinced that something weird is going on, but she cannot help but wonder, is the house haunted? When her younger brother starts to behave extremely weird and then becomes violent, which is nothing at all like his normal character, she figures out that he has been possessed by a ghost of an evil boy who used to live in their now home. As she starts to realize the danger her brother and family are in as the spirit grows stronger, Harper decides that she needs to tap into her grandmother's Korean traditions to help defeat the evil spirit and save her brother, okay? Now, this book is not for the faint of heart, okay? There are some graphic depictions of ghosts and evil spirits and events, but if you are looking for like a traditional good scare, this one will give you 1 or 2, okay? It's the first in a series, okay? Book 2 and book 3 are out, okay? But if that's what you're looking for, you want just a good straight up ghost, evil spirit type of horror book, Spirit Hunters. And our last one is Don't Turn Out the Lights, okay? So this scary story collection is filled with 35 different short stories that are all different, okay? So some are scarier than others, but with this type of book, since they're all individual stories, each chapter is its own story, okay? You get to kind of pick and choose which stories you want to read and which ones you don't. So maybe you start reading one and maybe it's too scary. Then you skip it and you go to the next one. Or maybe you're looking for one that is way scary and the one you're reading just isn't cutting it for you. then you can skip and go to another one. That's what I love about story collections. There is literally a little bit of something in here for everyone, okay? Now this one's inspired by the story collection, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. You know, the classic Alvin Schwartz books, okay? Maybe you've read those before, maybe you haven't. This will introduce you to all of those types of stories. If you're looking for different thrills and chills and scares, this is the perfect choice. Don't turn out the lights. So these are just 6 of the spooky, scary books that we have here at the library. So I encourage you, come on out, check out one of these, or maybe there's another different type of spooky, scary you're looking for. We can totally help you find whatever that perfect book is you're looking for. I promise you. I encourage you to come on in, let us hook you up, okay? So I hope you have an amazing week, and I hope you tune back next time when we have a whole new middle grade book spotlight.